Hello my dear friends, I am Dr. Anamika Ahirwar, Associate Professor in the Department of Science and Technology at JAYOTI Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Today I am going to take the lecture on Big Data. These are the topics which I have covered in this lecture. First is, what does Big Data mean? Types of Big Data, characteristics of Big Data, and the benefits of Big Data. What does Big Data mean? Huge amount of huge data is a term used to describe a gigantic amount of both organized and unstructured knowledge that is so immense that using traditional database and programming methods is impossible to handle. The amount of knowledge is too high in most undertaking situations, or it moves too quickly, or it reaches the existing planning gap. Data collection by significant quantities require machines, sensors, men, events, and to do something about it, decision taking, testing, observations, gaining perspective, forecasting the future. Now come to the types of big data. There are basically three types of data behind big data: structured, semi-structured and unstructured, which is shown in this figure. Let me explain one by one. In the structured, by structured data we mean that can be processed, stored and retrieved in a fixed format. It refers to highly organized information that can be readily and seamlessly stored and accessed from a database by simple search engines algorithms. For instance, the employee table in a company database will be structured as the employee details, job positions, their salaries, etc. will be present in an organized manner. Now in the unstructured data, unstructured information alludes to the information that does not have a particular structure or structure at all. This makes it exceptionally troublesome and tedious to process and investigate unstructured information. Email is a case of unstructured information. Now in the semi-structured, semi-organized information relates to the information containing both the arrangements referenced over, that is organized and unstructured information. To be exact, it alludes to the information that, in spite of the fact that has not been grouped under a specific storehouse database, yet contains essential data or labels that isolate singular components inside the information. Big data also requires several sources and often comes from different types, but it is not always an easy job to know how to combine all the tools. You need to work with different styles. Now come to the next slide, that is three characteristics of big data, that is V3C. We can call it as a V3C. First is volume. In this, data quality can be checked, and second is velocity, speed we can check, and third is variety. Data types comes in this category. Let me explain one by one. In the volume, a run of mail PC may have had 10 gigabytes of storage in 2000. Today, Facebook is regularly ingesting 500 terabytes of new information. Boeing 737 can generate 240 terabytes of flights information on a single trip across the US. The advanced cell phones, the information they generate and expand, sensors implanted into ordinary items, can take care of containing human, fields and other data including videos in billions of new continually refreshed information before long outcome. Now come to the next, that is velocity. Clickstreams and ad impressions capture user behavior at millions of events per second. High-frequency stock trading algorithms reflect market changes within microseconds. Machine-to-machine processes exchange data between billions of devices. Infrastructures and sensors generate massive log data in real time. Online gaming systems support millions of concurrent users, each producing multiple inputs per second. Now the third is variety. Big data are not just numbers, dates and strings. Huge data is also geospatial information, 3D information, sound and video and unstructured content including web-based log documents. Modern database systems were built to handle smaller structured information volumes, fewer changes or an expected steady information structure. Big data query involves details of different kinds. Now come to the benefits of big data. Capacity to process big data gets different advantages. For example, organizations can use outside insight while taking choices. Access to social information from web indexes and localize like Facebook, Twitter and empowering associations to calibrate their business procedures. The second is improved client assistance. In this customary client criticism, frameworks are getting supplanted by new frameworks structured with big data advances. In these new frameworks, big data and common language handling innovations are being utilized to pursue and assess buyer reactions. Earlier, recognizable proof of hazard to the item administration, assuming any. And the fourth is better operational effectiveness. Huge data innovations can be utilized for making an arranging territory or landing zone for new information before recognizing what information ought to be moved to the information distribution center. Also, such coordination of big data advances and information distribution center encourages an association to offload inconsistently got to information. Big data, here we conclude, and rest of the lecture of big data we will continue in the next lecture. Till then, bye bye and take care.